Welcome back and welcome to part 2 of this tutorial series where we're creating this cute monster character in Blender. So this is where we left off in part 1, so we had modeled the base body for the monster character. And so in this part we are going to finish all the modeling, so we're going to be modeling the eyes and the teeth and the tongue and the eyebrows and the hair. As I mentioned in part 1, if you'd like to help support me and this channel, you can purchase the finished project files on my Gumroad store, and you also get access to the project files if you join my Patreon page, and those are great ways to help support this channel. So there is one thing that I want to do to this object. I want to decimate it so that it has lower topology, because if I zoom in here you can see it actually is very high poly, and if you want to you could press the tab key to go into edit mode, although it might be kind of laggy, but if you tab into edit mode you can see this is very detailed, and this is normal because this is a sculpt and sculpts are very detailed. But I don't need the object to be this detailed, so I can decimate it and then it will be lower detail, and that way Blender won't be quite as laggy and the file size will be smaller and the model will just be easier to work with. So with this object selected, I'm going to go right here to the modifier properties and I'm going to click on add modifier, and I'm going to go right down here under generate and I'm going to add the decimate modifier. So we can turn down the ratio right here, and that's going to get rid of more and more of the topology, but it's going to keep the object shape as best as it can. So on the ratio right here, I'm just going to turn this way down to just like a 0.4. So once you type in 0.4, you might just need to wait a moment for Blender to calculate, but now it's lowered the topology, so the topology is much less, so there's a lot less detail, but the model still has its exact same shape. So I'm going to turn this even smaller. I think I'll go with like a 0.3 so that the model is even lower detail. We'll just wait for that to finish. And then what I can do is apply the modifier so that it is actual geometry. So to apply the modifier, you can click on the drop down and then click on apply. So we'll just wait for that to apply. It just needs to calculate it and finish it. So now if I tab into edit mode, you can see the model is much lower topology, but it still kept its original shape. So this will just make the object easier to work with. And then also using the object context menu, I'm just going to shade the object smooth. So now let's model the rest of the character. So I'm going to start by modeling the eyes. So to model the eyes, I'm going to press Shift S, and then I'm going to move to cursor to world origin and let go. That's going to make sure the 3D cursor is in the very center there. So I can now press Shift A, and I'm going to go here to mesh, and I'm going to add a UV sphere. And then I'm going to press G to grab, and I'm going to move the sphere up, and then I will also press S, and we're going to scale it down a bit. We're going to make some little cartoony eyes, and I'm going to stick those eyes inside the character's head a little bit like that. And then I also want to rotate this over, so I'm going to press R to rotate. Let's hit X to rotate it on the X-axis, and I can type 9, 0, and enter to rotate that over. And then you can see it looks a bit blocky, so using the object context menu, I'm just going to click on shade smooth. You can also click on object and then click on shade smooth right there. Now if I look at the side of this, you can see it still looks just slightly blocky. So what I'm going to do is click on add modifier, and I'm going to add a subdivision surface modifier, and this is going to smooth out the object even more. And then on the levels viewport and render, I can just set these both to 1, so there is just one subdivision. Alright, so now I can press 1 on the numpad for front view, and I can kind of move this around and scale it up and just fit the eye where I want. So I'm just going to stick that right about there. And then I want to duplicate the eye and make another one. So I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate and then S to scale. And because this is like a cartoony monster, I'm going to have one eye be smaller than the other. And I think I will bring that forward a little bit. So now I have some really funny cartoony eyes, and they're kind of bulging out of the monster's head. And I think I might select both of them and just bring them over a little bit so they're a bit more in the center of the face. Alright, let's press Ctrl S to save. So I now am going to model the monster's tongue, and the tongue is going to be kind of coming out here on the side. So again, I'm going to press Shift S, go to the cursor to world origin, and then I can press Shift A, and I'm going to add a cube. And then I will press the tab key to go into edit mode. And then I'll press G to grab, and let's hit Y to bring it out on the Y axis. And then I'm going to scale the entire thing down a bit. And then I'm going to press the tab key to go into edit mode, and I want to scale this, so hit S to scale. Let's scale this on the Y axis, and I'm going to make that much thinner so it works better for a tongue. And then I'm going to go right down here to the bottom, and I'm going to select the bottom face here, and actually to do this I need to click right here to go to the face select. So I can now select the bottom face, and I'm going to press 1 on the numpad to go to front view. So I can now press E to extrude. We're going to extrude that down a bit. Then I can press E to extrude again, bring that down a bit more. And then I want to scale this, so hit S to scale, and we're going to scale it on the X-axis and make that smaller. E to extrude again. We're going to scale this again on the X-axis and make that much smaller, and maybe bring it up a bit. So now we have the basic shape of the tongue. And I think I will select everything again, and I'm going to scale this up a little bit on the Y-axis, just so that it's a little bit thicker. All right, place it there, and then I can press Tab to go back to object mode. Now I want to give it a subdivision surface so that it is smooth. So I'm going to press Control 2. That's going to add the subdivision surface modifier. And you can see now that looks more like a tongue. And then again, using the object context menu, let's shade this smooth. Now right up here on the top, you can see that it kind of rounds over, and I don't want that. So to fix this, I'm just going to select the top face here, and then I can press X to delete, and we're just going to delete the faces. So I now want to add kind of a little cartoony indent there in the center of the tongue. So to do this, I'm going to press Control R, and then I'm going to scroll my mouse wheel out until there are 2 cuts, and I can just left click and right click so they stay in the center. And then I think I will select everything, so press the A key to select everything, and I'm going to scale the entire thing up on the X-axis and make it a bit longer. All right, and then I want to add in that cut there. So I'm going to press Control R to add a loop cut. I can left click and right click so it stays in the center. And then what I'm going to do is go right here to the edge select, and I'm just going to select this edge and then hold down the shift key and select these other edges. And I'm also going to select this one right here. So now I can press G to grab, and let's bring this back on the Y-axis, and I'm going to push that back there. So just push that in there, and now if I tab to go back to object mode, you can see there's that little indent there on the tongue. So I will tab to go back to edit mode, and I'm going to press 1 on the numpad for front view, and I want to rotate the tongue over. So I'm going to hold down the Z button, go into the wireframe view, and then I just want to click right here to go to the vertex select. So I can press A to deselect everything. I'm going to press B for the box select, and I'm just going to box select the bottom vertices, and I can press R to rotate, place it there, G to grab, and I'm going to move that over there. And I think I'll bring it down a little bit farther, something like that. And then I also want to add a loop cut here, so I'm going to press Control R, left click, and then right click so the loop cut stays in the center, and I can rotate this and kind of move it over. So we basically have this rotating tongue. The tongue is kind of rotating down. So I'll tab to go back to object mode. All right, so I can now select the tongue, and I can press G to grab, bring it over, and S to scale, and G to grab. And we're just gonna bring the tongue over here, and then I can rotate it. So let's hit R to rotate, and I want to rotate the tongue on the Z axis and kind of rotate it sideways, and then bring it over. And we're gonna scale the tongue down a bit, and we're going to stick it right there so that it is coming out of the top of the mouth. And then also, if you kind of go to the side view, you can rotate it over so it's pressed up a bit closer to the body. And then I'm also going to press the tab key to go back into edit mode, and I want to zoom in here, and I want to select this vertex right here, and I'm going to press G to grab and pull it out a little bit, and then just place it like about there, and that way there isn't that kind of weird indent right there. And then also what I'm going to do is in edit mode, hold down the shift key and select this vertex, so these are both selected, and I'm gonna kind of move to the front here and press G to grab and just kind of bring that out a little bit. And I think I'm also going to use the box select, just box select these vertices and bring them out a little bit more. So I'm basically just making the bottom of the tongue a bit more round. All right, so that is looking pretty good. I do think I want the tongue to be a bit bigger though, because I do want it to be kind of a cartoony tongue, so it would be pretty big. So I'm going to select the object, and I think I will scale that up a bit, and then maybe rotate it over and kind of push it into the face a little bit. So I now want to create the teeth. So I'm going to press Shift S, go to cursor to world origin. That's just going to make sure the 3D cursor is in the center. So I can now press Shift A, and I'm going to go right here and add another cube. Let's press G to grab, bring this over on the Y-axis, and then I can scale the entire thing down. And then I can press the period on the numpad, and that's going to zoom into it. So I'm going to press the tab key to go into edit mode. I want to scale the whole thing down on the Y-axis so it's a bit thinner. And then I'm also going to go right here to the face select, and I'm just going to select the face here on the bottom. So I can now press 3 on the numpad. That'll take me to side view. And I first want to press G and Z and kind of bring it up. And then I can press E to extrude, and then S to scale it and rotate it over, scale it down a bit more, and then extrude it again and scale it down. And we're basically just making a tooth shape, so something like that, and scale this pretty small. And then I also want to select the top face up here, then I can press X to delete, and let's delete the faces. All right, so I can now tab to go back to object mode, and then in object mode, I can press Control 2. That's going to add the subdivision surface. So you can see now it's smoothing it out and rounding it out, and it looks much more like a tooth. And then I want to tab into edit mode. Let's press the A key again to select everything. And I want to scale the entire thing down on the Z axis, so just bring it down like that. And then we'll tab to go back to object mode, and then again, using the object context menu, I can just shade the object smooth. And then I'm going to tab to go back into edit mode, and I want to select this face right here, and I'm going to scale it down even smaller so it's a bit more sharp. And then I can tab to go back to object mode. So there we go, we have one of the teeth. So I'm going to press G to grab, bring this over, scale it down, and I'm going to just start to place the tooth. So I'm going to place it kind of similar to how I placed the tongue. So I'm just going to rotate it and kind of stick it there on the bottom of the lip. Maybe scale that down a little bit. And I want to be able to see 6 teeth. So I want to have a tooth here and then another tooth here. And then I'm going to have another tooth here and another one here. And then over on this side, we're going to have one on this side of the tongue and then another one on this side. So let's first make kind of 2 smaller ones kind of on the front here. Maybe scale that up a little bit. And then I want to tab into edit mode because I want this entire thing to be the same object. So in edit mode, I'm going to press the A key to select everything, and I can press Shift D to duplicate. Let's bring this over, and I can rotate it over and push it in a little bit. Let's go to the side here and also rotate it down and bring it up a bit. You can also double tap the R key, and that is going to enable the trackball rotation. And I want to rotate the teeth so that they're both pointed inwards a little bit. So they're pointed towards each other. All right, that's good. So I now want to make 2 more over here, and these ones are going to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate and press G to grab and then R to rotate. We're just going to place that, and we'll scale this one up a bit more. And I'm going to stick it inside the face a little bit, just kind of push it inside the face and just put it right up there. All right, let's make one more. So I'm going to press Shift D again to duplicate and then rotate this. And I'm going to double tap the R key and kind of rotate that sideways, rotate it over so it's kind of fitting the angle of the mouth, and kind of rotate that over. So you can tab to go back to object mode, and you can kind of look at this from far away and see how that is looking. So I do think the teeth could be a little bit higher. So in edit mode, I'm going to press the A key to select everything, and I can press G and Z, and we're going to bring the teeth up just a little bit. All right, that's good. So I now want to make 2 more teeth, another one here and then another one here. So what I'm going to do is hover my mouse over this object and press the L key. That is going to select the linked vertices. And then I can press Shift D to duplicate. And then again, we're just going to place one tooth right here. So this tooth is going to be on this side of the tongue, and then the other tooth is going to be on the other side of the tongue. And this tooth can be a little bit bigger as well. All right, and then you can press Shift D to duplicate, and again, we're going to place this last one. And if you wanted to, you could even scale some of the teeth up on the Z axis to make them a bit longer, so the teeth have a little bit of a different shape. All right, you can go back into object mode and kind of zoom out here and take a look. So I do think these 2 teeth are a little bit too low again. So in edit mode, I can just kind of bring these teeth up, and then you can just hover your mouse over the other tooth and press the L key to select all the linked vertices. So the vertices which are connected to each other, and just kind of bring the tooth up. And I think I like the placement of those teeth. All right, so we are now going to create the eyebrows. So again, let's press Shift S. I'm going to go to the cursor to world origin so that the cursor is in the center there. And I can press Shift A, and let's add a cube. So I can press G and Z, and we are going to bring the cube up, and I can also bring it out on the Y axis, and I can scale it down a bit. So I'm now going to press the Tab key to go into edit mode, and I want to scale the whole thing down a bit, and then I want to scale everything up on the X axis a bit. Scale it like that. And then what I'm going to do is select this face right here, and then I'm going to hold down the Shift key and select this face right here. So I can press E to extrude. That's going to extrude the faces. Then I can press S to scale, and that will scale the faces. But then I only want to scale them on the X axis, so I can hit X, and I can scale this up and just place that there. And now that I've scaled that up a bit, I can press G and Z, and we're going to bring that down a bit. And then tab to go back to object mode. So that is the basic shape for the eyebrows. So I can now press Control 2 in object mode. That's going to add the subdivision surface, and then using the object context menu, I can shade this smooth. So then I can press the tab key again to go into edit mode, and I'm going to press the A key to select everything. So make sure you are in edit mode when you do this so that the origin point stays in the center. So I can press G to grab and R to rotate. I'm going to rotate this over, and we are doing this in edit mode, so you can see the origin point is in the very center. So I can click on add modifier, and I can go right down here and add the mirror modifier under generate. And because we did this in edit mode, because we moved it over in edit mode, the origin point is in the center, so it's going to mirror it over from the object's origin. And then I can just rotate this, and I want to make kind of a silly expression, so just kind of bring those eyebrows up, make them kind of cartoony. And then what you could also do is use the box select and box select the vertices, and you can kind of rotate them. Maybe box select these vertices and kind of rotate these as well to get an expression that you like. And if you wanted to make each eyebrow different, so maybe one eyebrow up and another eyebrow down, then you could apply the mirror modifier, and then you could just kind of edit the other shape. So if you wanted to bring it down or maybe scale it or kind of change the expression, you could make him kind of angry, or you could make him kind of happy and bring the eyebrows up a bit. You can do a lot with the expression just by moving around the eyebrows. So I'm going to press the tab key to go back to object mode. So the modeling is almost finished, but the last thing that I need to do is create some hair. So I'm going to press Shift S, and I'm going to move my mouse to the cursor world origin, and then I can press Shift A, and to make the hair, I'm going to add a curve, and I'm going to add a Bezier curve. So to be able to see this, I can press G to grab. Let's bring this up on the Z axis, and there's the curve. So I can press the tab key now to go into edit mode. Now I can rotate this over, and we're going to make a hair. So we're going to make a single strand of hair, but you can see that we're not actually able to preview the curve at all. We're able to actually see the curve, but in rendered mode, it's not going to render anything. And that's because we haven't actually given it any geometry. So to give it geometry, we can go right over here to the object data properties. And then I'm going to go right down here and open up the geometry tab, and then open up the bevel. And right here on the depth, we just need to turn up the depth, and that's going to make it thicker. And then also on the resolution here, I can just turn this up. I'm going to turn up the resolution to like 12, so it's a bit more smooth. Now I want to make the top of the hair get really small so that there isn't that opening. So if you select the top handle, you can press Alt S, and Alt S is going to change the thickness of the hair. Then I can type in 0 and then enter. And this way, back in object mode now, you can see the hair is coming to a point. So that is what I want. So back in edit mode, I can kind of rotate this, move it over, and I can just start to create some cartoony hair. And then what I can do is press the A key to select both of the handles, and I can press Shift D to duplicate. Let's rotate this on the Z axis. I can rotate that over, and then I can select the handle and kind of change the shape a bit. And then you can also press Alt S with the handle selected, and that's going to change the thickness. So then again, press the A key to select everything, and I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate, and let's rotate this over. And we're just going to create more of the cartoony hair. All right, scale that down a bit. And then if you just want to select a single strand of hair, you can hover your mouse over one of the handles and press the L key. That's going to select the linked vertices. And then you can duplicate it with Shift D, and then just kind of change the shape of it and make it kind of random. All right, I'm going to select everything and press Shift D again to duplicate. Let's kind of rotate this over and just kind of make a bit more hair. Let's also rotate this over and rotate this over as well. And then this here, kind of rotate that over. And then I think I just want to make a few more. So I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate. I'm going to double tap the R key to enable the trackball rotation. And I can just kind of rotate this and just kind of get the shape. You could even make some smaller ones, so you could duplicate this and kind of scale these down, and you could also press Alt S, and that's going to change the size of the hair or the thickness, and you could just make a few smaller ones. So I'm just going to do that by duplicating some of these and just making a few little smaller pieces of hair just around. Alright, so I will press the tab key to go back to object mode. So then we can press Ctrl S again to save the Blender file, and the modeling is finished for the character. And so this is going to wrap it up for part 2 of the tutorial series. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've been enjoying this so far. So in the last part, in part 3, we are going to be doing the lighting and the materials, and then we're also going to render the final image, and then we'll do some compositing to get a nice finished render of this cute monster character. So if you want to watch part 3, I will have it right up there on the end screen when it is released, and also the link in the video description when that part is released. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the last part, part 3.